I invite you to reimagine. What does the glass half full look like? What is possible in the glass half full? So shifting your inner dialogue from I can't to what if, or I can. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm never going to find enough clients, or I am not attracting clients, what if you instead ask yourself, what if there are infinite number of people out there who are waiting for me to show up, who are waiting for me to make an offer? Imagine what might be possible if you shift that mindset and you think creatively on how to achieve what it is that you desire. And that, my friends, is where abundance lives. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you guys doing today? I am so excited to be here with you because I have a topic today that I want to share with you that's really been not just playing out in my clients' minds, but one that does tend to creep in to mine every now and again. And that topic happens to be all about how to shift out of scarcity and into abundance as it relates to our business. So I know that this topic is crucial for any entrepreneur or business leader who is seeking their next level or to elevate their own success. And in this very fast-paced world that we live in, I know how easy it is to get caught up in our mindset of scarcity because it really tends to be our default. You know, when I talk about scarcity, what I mean is that seeing through the lens of limitation, seeing competition, or that lens of fear that, oh, there's just not enough to go around. And so what I want to talk to you guys about today is how I can help you to shift out of that scarcity mindset and instead to embrace that abundance mindset, right? There is an abundance to go around. There are infinite possibilities, and to step into that mindset of plenty. So let's start by defining these two mindsets, because that is one of my favorite things to do. I want to make sure that we are on the same page. So when I talk about a scarcity mindset, what I really mean is that you have a belief that resources are limited. So it's that voice that's playing in your head that says, there's not enough clients, there's not enough time, there's no money for me. And this mindset is what is going to continue to foster fear, competition, and let's be real, this feeling of just being inadequate, not worthy. Versus an abundance mindset is one that is really rooted in the belief that there is plenty, there is enough for everybody. When you are in an abundance mindset, it means that you can see opportunities and that obstacles are actually stepping stones. So you adopt this particular mindset, and what opens up for you are opportunities for collaboration, for innovation, for new clients, right? But here's the thing, and I hear this all the time, and it's a myth that I'm going to bust right here, right now on this podcast. So shifting out of scarcity into abundance is not about shifting your thoughts positively. Okay. It's not. What it means is that you are actually shifting your energy out of lack and taking action, knowing that there is an abundance, that there is unlimited possibility. It's not enough just to be abundant. You take action as though abundance exists. So that is going to require you to reframe perspectives and to cultivate abundance in how it is that you are practicing as a business owner. So how do we begin this shift? Well, here are 3 things that I teach to my clients all the time, guide them through, hold their hand, give them real-time support in, okay? Step number 1 is just to reflect and acknowledge. Okay. That means exactly what this podcast is all about. Take a pause and reflect. Acknowledge where scarcity is showing up in your business. Is it in your finances? Is it in your client relationship? Is it in your time management? It's really important and crucial that you acknowledge and take the time to answer really truthfully, because awareness is the first step to change anything. So ask yourself, where am I feeling limited? What are the stories that I have on repeat that I keep telling myself about what is or perhaps isn't possible? Be honest with yourself and ask yourself these questions. No one's listening. So be sure to be honest with yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to get through this, right? I was recently talking to one of my mentors, and we were talking about how everybody wants the breakthrough. They want to have the through, but they refuse to embody the first part of that word, which is the break. So I'm inviting you to break, to be honest with yourself in order to get through. Okay. Step number 2 is to reframe and reimagine. So once you've identified where scarcity is creeping in, now is the time to reframe your thoughts. So this means instead of focusing on what you lack, glass half empty, I invite you to reimagine, what does the glass half full look like? What is possible in the glass half full? So shifting your inner dialogue from I can't to what if, or I can. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm never going to find enough clients, or, I am not attracting clients. What if you instead ask yourself, what if there are infinite number of people out there who are waiting for me to show up, who are waiting for me to make an offer? Imagine what might be possible if you shift that mindset and you think creatively on how to achieve what it is that you desire. And that, my friends, is where abundance lives. And so step 3 is then to act as though abundance is already yours. So what does that mean? It means being abundant. And when we're being abundant, it means that the actions we take align with an abundance mindset. So this means making decisions that reflect plenty and abundance versus lack. So this might involve investing in your business. Sometimes that's through the form of a mentor, even when it feels risky. Or maybe it might mean sharing your resources, giving your knowledge to others. Okay. Now, write this down. This is really important. So, any action rooted in abundance are often about giving and collaborating. I built my first 7-figure business off of a collaboration model. So, offer freely. Give value freely and trust that your generosity is going to come back to you, and you are going to cultivate relationships that are mutually beneficial. And a piece to this too is to trust your intuition. If you are in a collaboration with someone, if you are thinking about collaborating, if you are on a call where you are collaborating, trust your intuition on that call. If something feels off, then trust it. Don't give in to your need to look good, and just be honest that you're not sure that this is something that you feel aligned with, right? And so I invite you guys to really embody these 3 steps, because I know exactly what is possible when you do. How? Well, not just from my own experience, but from all of my clients. One in particular, who I'm thinking about right now as I'm even going through these steps. She is someone who has built a massively successful practice over the years. But despite all her incredible 7-figure success, she felt trapped in the monotony of her days. And she was so entrapped in her scarcity mindset that any thought of her changing her business model, or maybe taking a step back to reevaluate, was going to jeopardize not just her career, but her ability to provide for her children as a single mom. And so what I see all the time is this scarcity mindset in my clients, right? Fear creeps in, burnout then is the next step, right? Because then you get triggered to book, and you just start trying to get as many clients or sales calls as possible because you're afraid, but you're attracting the wrong client. And then when we're in scarcity, it's so interesting because we think we're being innovative, but we're actually not. When we stick to what is comfortable versus exploring new ideas that feel uncomfortable, you're actually giving into your scarcity mindset. Think about that. And so imagine what might be possible when you embrace abundance. Well, guess what? When she finally allowed herself to step into that place, she was actually able to understand how she could actually create the life that she desired, a life that allowed her to be home for her kids more, that still allowed her to make the same and actually wound up increasing her income on a monthly basis, right? Rethinking how it was that she could still give to her patients, right? That then also allowed her to step out of overwhelm because she was prioritizing self-care. She was setting boundaries. And she also increased her digital footprint by being authentic and honest. And so all of a sudden she was reaching these people who were going, oh my God, finally, I thought I was the only one who felt this way, right? And what she's been able to create in her business has increased her freedom. It has given her stronger relationships with her clients, and it has opened the doors to opportunities that she never would have thought possible before. And so I hope that this story and this podcast is inviting you to think about what's possible when you change your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Because what I know to be true is that it is going to shift your life. And yes, it is a journey, but it is a journey worth taking. So I invite each of you today, now, in this moment, to commit to abundance. Okay, because abundance isn't just about having more, it's about appreciating what you have and believing in the endless possibilities that lie ahead of you. I recently said something to somebody and it resonated, and I'm going to say it in this podcast. Instead of seeing what is feeling heavy as something that's weighing you down, what if it's your parachute? What if it is exactly what is going to carry you into the next phase, the more abundant phase of your life? Feel free to share with me what it is that one metaphor is shifting in you today. DM me on Instagram, Wendy Page Sterling. Send me an email, wendy@wendysterling.net. Share what value you are hearing in this episode. And do me an even bigger favor. Share this episode with someone that you know will benefit from it, because somebody I know will. Thank you all so much for joining me in today's episode. Again, with each episode, I hope that I am reminding you to take a moment, take a deep breath in. Remember that there is power when we pause. And with today's episode specifically, in that pause, know and trust that you have the power to create abundance in your life starting today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I love sharing my wisdom. I love speaking. I love this podcast, and I love you. Sending you so much love and light always. Mwah.